Oh shit, we are back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Jay Sam, and this is episode 2 of Talk That with Jay Sam. And I'm super excited. I'm super excited. Thank you guys for showing a lot of love to the first episode. Thank you, Fabian Sedano, my boy, one of my good friends. I couldn't think of anybody else to usher in this new podcast journey with me. So thanks to my boy, Fabian Sedano. Um, Guys, listen, this is episode 2. If you're back and you're listening, that means I did a pretty good job with making a good first impression. And I'm really happy. I'm excited. Starting something new always is nerve wracking. And yeah, thank you guys. Seriously, like we are live now on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and we on YouTube right now. All right, so we gonna work on getting us on Apple. You know, Apple, they bougie as hell, so they giving me a hard fucking time. So we'll see how that happens. But thank you guys for tuning in. So like I was saying again, like it's starting something new is super scary, always, and even starting over is super scary. And I'm in the business of doing both at this moment. You know, as a lot of you know, I'm grieving my mother and exiting a partnership that I had for the past 10 years. So there's a lot of new that I'm taking on, and I want to say it's split down the middle. It's scary as fuck, guys, and it's also very exciting. I've always been optimistic, and when starting new and starting over, you always gonna have that fear of failing. And listen, we all human. We all gonna go through that. We all gonna have those feelings. Honestly speaking, I'll be lying to you if I said I'm not. All right, but here I am. And if you are starting over in life, or if you are starting a new journey, whether it's a job or partnerships, relationships, a new home, new anything, then I know you're feeling that fear too, guys. And you know what? Me personally, I am a glass half full guy. I don't look at life with what I don't have. I don't depress myself with what's not going on or what I don't have. I like to focus on what I do have. And I think that's a real interesting way to look at just life in general. You know what I mean? I'm looking at life just excited for what's to come. I have great family. I have great friends. I have great support system. I have a great job. And a lot of people look a lot at what they don't have or what they lost. And and it's honestly speaking, guys, I'm not fronting. I'm gonna be 100% honest. This is something that I'm learning to do myself. And I recently had a conversation with a friend of mine. It's my homegirl, and I'm gonna say her name because she said I could, and she has an attitude. Who gonna check me, boo? Like she's one of those people. So Stephanie, she's one of those, and I tell her this all the time. Like she's one of those negative Nancy's who freaks out and stresses over any little thing. Like if something goes a little wrong, the world is ending. And just having a conversation with her, which I'm looking at now. I don't know why the fuck I did, because I knew how she was gonna make me feel. I love you, Stephanie, but she's like, oh my gosh, she was like, you starting over. Like she was like, do you feel like you failed in your relationship? Or what if you don't find like your dream place, your own? Can you make it on your own? And it's I get it. I get it. Those are all valid questions we all have within ourselves, honestly speaking. But you don't want to be bombarded with it anyway. Not when you got magic on the mind and you got the optimistic going and everything like that. So it raised the question, am I afraid to fail? And I looked up the definition of failure, and it says lack of success. Now, in my opinion, if whatever you're going through, any situation, bad, and if you find yourself repeating or staying in a cycle, if you don't learn something from it, if you don't grow from it, then I can say you're failing. I can say I'm failing. You know, you have to take something with you through any situation you're going, just to get that extra step going forward. You know, you often find yourself stuck in a cycle when you're just going around and around and around. And at some point, you gotta be like, hold up, motherfucker. Shit, like, what the fuck is going on? You know, you find yourself in that cycle, you really have to stop, and you really have to think, go over it in your mind. What am I not doing? What am I not seeing? Why the fuck am I going in circles? Why am I repeating the same bullshit over and over and over again? And I think that goes with anything, a job, friendships, relationships. You know, it could be it applies to anything in life. You know, you find true success in your shortcomings when you learn from the shortcomings, if y'all get what I mean. Now, I'm not trying to get all preachy and shit like that, but you know what? It's a good topic, and it's been on my mind a lot. And I gotta be honest, I had a lot of shortcomings all through my life. In school, teenage years. I said teenage years like I'm that fucking old. I am not that fucking old. I'm 31, y'all. I am not that fucking old. But teenage years. My music, producing projects, I've had shortcomings. Seriously, like a lot of y'all don't know, this is my second attempt at a podcast. Like the ones who really know, who've been following me for years, y'all know. Back in 2020, I was starting a podcast called the 5 o'clock hour, you know, and it was in the process of being produced, and it was going to be like a really dope setup, and it was going to be like in a podcast studio, it was going to be on video, and you know, it was right when the pandemic hit, and they shut everything down. You know, I know y'all can remember those times. They shut everything down, and you know what? Through the summer of 2020, we did the most we can with it. Like we did it through Instagram Live. Me and Stas, love you, Stas, love you, Stas. We did it through Instagram Live, and we did it weekly, and we covered topics like the Black Lives Matter, like the whole riot shit that was going on. We talked about music. You know, 5 o'clock hour, we had our little cocktails with us. It was a vibe, you know, it was a vibe. And, you know, eventually our work schedules and things got in the way, and we weren't able to commit to it fully and weekly like we really wanted to. So, you know, it dissolved. And, you know, for a while, I feel like I failed. You know, I'm like, damn it, I failed the podcast. I failed the show, you know, but up until earlier this year, maybe the end of last year, I was like, you know what? I want to bring a podcast back. I feel like I can do it. I'm in a great position, you know, and I learned, besides the pandemic, but I learned how to maneuver and alter my schedule and make it work, and that's why I am here with Talk That with Jay Sam. So, you know, that's just an example. I took the shortcoming, and you know, I really studied what went wrong, and I really made it work. It took a little bit, you know, and I took my time, and that's fine, you know. And here we are, Talk That with Jay Sam. And look out for you know, a 5 o'clock hour reunion episode. We got that coming. Me and Stas, so we've been talking, so she's gonna come and bless the show. It's gonna be like old times, so be on the lookout for that, you know. And just with music, and you know, being independent is heavy, and if you are independent in any business, whether it's music, whether you're opening your own business online or storefront, you know, putting together a short film, writing, arts, dance, media, And you know, everybody knows if you're doing it independent, it is super, super fucking hard. And you know, like I said on episode 1, y'all gotta be kind to y'all independent artists and creators and business owners. You know, it's really hard, and that fear of failure is on our necks. Like them damn lantern flies all over the fucking place right now. They are on us. You know, that fear of failing is on us. And you know, I gotta quote my auntie Jennifer Lewis. She's not my real aunt, but you know, she's everybody auntie in their head. But she says, "Feel the fear and do it anyway." And I thought that shit was so dope. That shit was fly, and I liked it, and I took that mantra with me, bro. Cause let's be honest, like if you have fear of doing anything in your life, that just means you care that much about it. And you know what? And if you're pursuing anything in life, you're gonna trip and you're gonna stumble. Like I hope you don't think this shit is a skip in the park, you know. And I'm not just talking about being an artist. I'm just talking about anything in life. You're going to trip and you're going to fumble. You might even fall down. But what you do, you get the fuck back up, you look back and be like, oh, that was some bullshit. Alright, I got your asses. And you just put your best foot forward. You know, and again, starting over and failure, it's really scary, and that's why I wanted to do this second episode about it. You know, and where I am now, I'm freeing myself from that fear of failing. I'm aware there's going to be shortcomings, and my eyes are wide open. My mind is wide open. And for everybody who goes through life and looks at it like the glass is half empty, why don't you try looking at it like the glass is half full? Try that out. See how that feel. You know, but I love you guys, and thank you guys for tuning in. Episode 2. Talk That with Jay Sam. Thank you guys for coming back. I hope you guys could take something from it. I hope it inspires some of you. I hope it motivates some of you. We ain't gonna get it all, you know, we ain't gonna get it immediately. You know, us as humans and just life in general, we're all a work in progress. So be easy on yourself. Be kind to yourself. All right. I love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Episode 2, Talk That with Jay Sam. I see y'all soon.